Hello and welcome to me forgetting to set up the green screen again. I will not see now, but I'm storing something in front of the green screen and I have to put it away, of course, before I start the screen. Welcome to this Neverwinter Night stream. We're gonna play Neverwinter Nights. We're gonna play with Wake, one of the official bonus modules. No, it's not bonus, it's just one of the official modules. The bonus modules are a different category. We're gonna play with Wake. After that, we are going to play Shadow Guard, probably with the same character. And that's the plan for today. Tomorrow, just so you know what's coming up, tomorrow we've got the Dark Ranger's Treasure, the Winds of Eremor, and To Aya is Human. Those three are pretty short from what I've heard. Next up would be Pirates of the Sword Coast, but that's probably not happening tomorrow. Something's up with this track, by the way. Every time I hear it, I'm thinking in the beginning that there's two tracks playing at the same time. It's a little weird. Not loading, no. New. Yeah, last time we did King Makeup. And King Makeup took a little bit longer than I expected, but also because I had to restart. But yeah, it's not a bonus or premium module, it's an official module with Wake. I mean, Shadow Guard. Hold on. Creation-based system. Imperial Academy doesn't sound like a woke, so I will not use the same character. Because I want to use a woke here. Yeah, this sounds like a woke could do that. Unique subraces. Okay. Create a new character. New subraces. I mean, I do want to go with Elf if I want to go rogue. For me, Elves are the best rogue class. Subrace. Where are the unique subraces? I can just enter something here and that's a subrace, but it's useless. They also comment humans. Unique subraces, I don't know. Yeah, I'm no longer rogue because there's no companions in this module. And every party needs a rogue in Neverwinter Nights, in my opinion. And a boss scale. Now a rogue. Yeah, I don't like having minus anything. I always start with this. obviously we need decks. Will work. I do like to have some int and charisma because I'm the face of the party. Con and strength also +1 is, in my opinion, just needed. I think you need more decks as a rogue going in. I mean, I won't take this character further than level 8 or something. But if you want to go past like level 15, you need to start with, no, past level 20. You need to start with 18 decks so you can get the good feats at level 21 or 20. Packages. Configure. I want this, I want that. I want that, I want that, I want that. I want this, I want this, I want this. I want that, I want that, I want that. I want this, 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 this. Do I have disable trap? No, I don't have disable trap. Let's get lore a little bit higher. Let's get that higher. Let's get search and open lock. Let's do get number 4, I guess. Finesse, yeah. I don't know. I think it's a bug. You're supposed to be able to do it in level 1, but you aren't. You never are. Also said online. I think it's a bug. The wiggle bug is also back. Strong soul. Yeah, 2-weapon fighting was better than ambidexterity. Yeah, I think so. But we also need weapon finesse and ambidexterity, so until we get a third feat, we can't do it.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
Attack! I say attack!
Let's go.
Your eyes open, and you wince at the brightness of the flames about you. The sounds of battle are loud and close, as if buried within your skull. Blood seeps into the cool ground. You realize that it's yours. With effort, your face turns skyward. A night breeze brushes against your skin, causing you to smile. This might be the most beautiful moment of your life. Your eyes slowly focus on the silhouette above you.
Is it completely voiced? Everything?
You feel a strange calm as you observe the broken body of a man you once called your prince. His eyes, blue and intense, stare into yours. Slowly, the man blinks. Please, he whispers, his smile soft but gruesome. Blood pulses from the corner of the prince's lips. His voice is liquid. You must tell the king. He coughs, the pain rolling his eyes back to bare their whites. Eyes closed now, his breathing labored. The broken man continues. Tell the king that she is dead. The prince opens his eyes for the last time, staring into yours. The brilliant blue slowly fades to the color of dull ash. He'll answer no more questions in this life.
I would assume the witch because of witch's wake. It's the
The
witch's
world is
dead. But
dark and still beneath your lidded eyes. Your head aches, and your mouth is dry and
why
wooden.
you?
You lie there, too sore to move. The prince's voice still echoing from across some distant void. Suddenly you feel the touch of human hands. They scurry like rats across your body, and you feel a tugging as they reach your finger. The breeze fills with a muttered curse and the scrape of metal.
I'm bad at reflex.
Yeah.
Ow. The knife one of each. This is too obvious. I keep hearing like a noise every time she gives us information. Range iron ring. And a severed finger. King's armor. Nothing. Prince Ahmed.
Still haunted by the events of last night, you keep a wary eye on Prince Ahmed's corpse. As the battle had raged around you, he said you were to tell the king that she is dead. If only you knew what that meant.
You all played your character. He's my prince after all.
Prince Ahmed's glassy-eyed corpse gazes up at you from the frozen ground. A gaping wound in his chest marks the place where the pike pierced him. A rocky cairn has been erected on the spot where Prince Ahmed died. Mists gather around its base.
But what? Attack increased, damage increased. Very nice. Ooh, a witchbane. Yeah, the Princess Pike. Witchbane, I can't use any of these. I want to keep them as items of interest. Projectile shaft. Okay, then what do you want me to craft? I keep finding crafting parts. I think I've found to it. Finally, some weapon I can use. I mean, I can use the light crossbow if I would have knife bolts. Yeah, I would rather use a crossbow than dagger, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's use the clubs then.
The pass opens before you, full of danger and possibility. You make a mental checklist of your scant belongings, hoping you have enough for whatever may lay ahead. These cliffs have the stench of death about them, and a part of you hopes you'll never return to them.
Loot you. I guess I did because I can't select you. Oh yeah, this money wants you to craft so bad. I wonder if you do it, if you can talk to the crows.
There, amidst the smoking wreckage of this battlefield, lie the corpses of two women. Is one of them the she the prince referred to? What of the countless other women strewn about you? You breathe a heavy sigh. Somewhere, some woman is dead, and you must tell the king.
Some woman is dead and you must tell the king. Prefer Handex or that? 106. Well, Handex is better. Better crits. Stronger crits. Quarterstaff, however, if I'm not dual wielding, is weaker. Interesting. Short sword. I prefer short sword. I mean, it's also the rogue weapon, right? Short sword.
You shiver in the cold. Snow is beginning to drift around the corpse before you, blood and sweat slowly turning her uniform into a frozen carapace. You're sure of it now. Every last one of them wore black and white, the king's colors, same as you. Steeling your nerves for the dirty task, you approach the dead.
I think I've got them all. I'm gonna... come on, I'm gonna pick up the torch. I picked it all up.
This boulder rises from the ashes of the dead, as if suggesting some sort of memorial to the horror that has transpired here. You feel the weight of the stonecutter's chisel within your pack. If only you had something with which to hammer it.
Okay. Game is telling me to find a hammer.
The gong's call echoes across the frozen battlefield, startling the gathered crows to flight. The gong's call echoes across the frozen battlefield, startling the gathered crows to flight. The old woman seems content to watch you search through the belongings of your fallen comrades. She hugs herself in the cold air, apparently too weary from her previous efforts to join you.
Obtain fire favor. flirt. Favorable. Do you have a hammer? Iron hammerhead. I need to be crafting. I need to be crafting. Oh, you can't afford that. Can I have a small shield in exchange for a hammerhead? Thank you. Just to this for Warhammer. A light hammer. Let me buy a light hammer. Why not? It's 1 gold. King's leather. 4 gold. It's nothing. I mean, I don't have anything. Sure, but that can be changed. Oh, these crafting materials are worth nothing. I need some gold here. Okay. 6, 3, 4. 1, 8. 0, 0. Yeah, that gets a level. Because I have already high decks. Hold on. Are you kidding me? I can generate money. It's not much, but it's some. What the hell? Okay. I can't craft, can I? Nope. I have a hammerhead, but I can't craft a hammer.
This boulder rises from... You take the stonecutter's chisel from your pack and steady your grip upon the
I
hammer.
bought a hammer.
You feel the sudden need to leave your mark upon this grisly place.
Yay.
The old woman seems content to watch you search through the belongings.
Yeah, do I want to sell her some crafting materials? I don't know. Nah. It's not crafting, I guess. XP for everything. Seems like druids have stuff to interact with in here. I can attack the goblin. Now I can. It has a light hammer. When I pick it up, it's worth 1 gold. Yeah. We need to learn crafting.
Back to wherever.
Maybe the night tech is the enemy, or maybe she killed our army, I don't know. We've seen magic and there's no corpses. It seems like we're talking about like magic kills these soldiers. And now she's telling us about some night tech.
Back to where?
Maybe she is a night tech. I don't know. Come on, mate. How did it die? Okay, we've got a cave, we've got to the night hack. Obviously a goblin cave because there's a goblin in front of the cave. We can just rest, I think. Kobolds fighting goblins. In here.
I will overcome. Yeah.
Oh no, not to save. Sheet. Yeah, maybe we're not going to, maybe we go to the night hack. Another cave with
Back
kobolds,
to
I assume.
wherever.
I have like no HP. God, 7 HP. Come on, just hit. Thank you. Experience point gain 2. Oh my god. It's nothing. I can't fight 3 kobolds. Simply can't.
A quiet sanctity seems to grace this well-tended cemetery, permeating it like the chill mountain mists. Lichens crust some of the older headstones, lending them a dash of pale green color. This is holy ground, and a part of you feels hesitant to disturb it.
Back to wherever.
Dwarven runes are chiseled rough and deep into the stone. A message in the common tongue has been engraved below them by a lighter hand. Gunther Blauhart, killed in the Battle of Steinfar's Folly.
Gunther Blauhart. That's pretty German.
A handprint, large and coarse, seems to have been pressed into the stone. A brief message is inscribed below. Travel on, sojourner. Travel on.
Oh my god, which adventure was it? In some module?
You recognize this pennant, the starkness of the black on white. You can still remember them from the battlefield, their streaming tatters stained with red. Perhaps someone you once knew is buried here.
Some other module, people kept calling us Sojourner.
Much care and attention went into the carving of this stone. The images of fruits and harvests hearken to some distant land. Mother, if only I could bring you back. I pray they do not make you suffer.
Alright, I can wear my ring. What does it do?
The ring seems cold and thin upon your finger. Dark figures dance chaotically around the iron band.
Okay.
rusted helmet is ill-fitting, with a few uncomfortable dents. The visor is lifted, rusted into position.
Interesting.
This headstone seems newly mounted, its text hastily chiseled. The words seem strange to you, as if you are somehow viewing them out of context. Come back to me, my love. This battle is not ended. A bas-relief scene depicts a battle upon the ramparts of an elven citadel. A lone elf, his head thrown back in laughter, holds off the attacking horde. The scene is described in graceful script below. Here lie the remains of Fenimore Aeld, last of the Glee Riders. This boulder has cracked in the cold. You think you might be able to scale it and reach the plateau above, though you'd hate to fall from that height. This hunched creature overlooks the grounds below. You spy a hand-shaped indentation on its haunches, the palm deeply etched with an intricate design.
What?
This hunched creature.
Yeah. Yeah.
This hunched creature. This hunched creature.
Yeah.
This hunched.
Yeah.
This hunched.
Yeah.
No, not respawn.
This hunched.
Well, don't even get XP for that, so maybe not.
This resilient shrub provides. This headstone is not yet fully engraved. Stone chips lie scattered about the floor, intermingling with the arcane symbols traced in sand. A chill goes up your spine as you brush away some of the dust.
Oh, she's making my headstone.
Dark tendrils of energy emerge from the ground, whipping about in a deadly dance. You feel like you've seen them somewhere before.
On the battlefield. Weight reduction, 60%. Total weight.
Her eyes a milky white against her pale green flesh. The night hag stares at something unseen upon the table, seemingly oblivious to your presence. She seems young and attractive, not like a hag at all. Suddenly, she's there before you, her white eyes piercing deep into your soul. So, the rag picker took your finger, did she? Were you thinking straight enough to get it back from her? I have read your fortune. Now do as I suggest and let the ethereal leak in the north room touch you.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Negative energy streams through a tiny fissure, escaping into this world from the plane of sorrows. The night hag nods approvingly. The leak knows you now, and I will be able to use it to help you return to the land of the living. If you find more in your travels, be sure to let them taste you as well. You are surprised to find yourself standing on solid ground again. You still feel as if you are floating. Far below you, you can hear the flow of water and distant screams. The depths of Stygia, you presume. Though you cannot see her, you can hear the night hag's voice inside your head. You stand on the Isle of the Dead. The sounds below are those of the river Styx, which flows ultimately to Stygia. Lost souls will occasionally come to this island as it lies at the border of my domain. They will be unable to pass through the gates you see before you, but you may speak with them if you wish. Some of these lost souls may still cling to virtue, petitioning you to perform some noble deed, but death changes the hearts of men. Many are but vengeful spirits, intent on wreaking havoc in the world. Remember, they cannot hurt you in this place, nor can you hurt them. You are safe here in my care.
Level up soon. There's nothing behind these doors. Hello, Mr. Ham Splitter.
Pale and wispy, this ghostly dwarf bears a horrible gash down his left side. His entrails dangle from the broken bridge into the vast darkness below. The uniform he wears is all too familiar to you. He reaches for you, his eyes manic. "Witchbane!" he cries. "Ye brought it with ye, didn't ye? The axe? Ye did. Aye, I can feel it in me very bones. Give it to me. I need it."
I mean, I don't trust the night hack. It again kind of steers me into doing so anyway. I feel this will be useful. Now, how does craft weapon skill and craft armor skill work? Like, how much do I need to do actually craft a weapon? Doesn't say. I mean, a minimum of 1. There's DCs for stuff. And to craft a short sword, it's DC 13. But do I even need? I mean, it's just basic weapons you can craft. Yeah, you can only craft basic stuff and already have basic stuff. There's really no use. That's, I don't know.
The night hag's voice, soft and confident, returns to you. This is a tree of life. I planted it here long ago, and it is what gives me my power in this place. Its roots descend all the way to the Styx below. You need only touch its branches, and it will grant you passage from this island back over the river Styx. Pale and wispy, this ghostly dwarf. Leave me be, he grumbled.
Okay.
You feel the air about you shift and change. It feels electric somehow. Through the door before you lies the Filcher's Labyrinth. It is a part of the barrier I spoke of earlier, a final bulwark against lost souls. The Filchers are mindless denizens of the barrier. They pose no threat to you save their insatiable curiosity and greed. If they draw close to you, they will attempt to steal your belongings. You may attempt to fight them off or retrieve your belongings from their treasure piles. If you destroy the Filchers, however, more will arrive. They will pursue you for as long as you wander the barrier. You are lucky. Only one Filcher is present now. Word of your passage through the barrier will spread, however, and more will be waiting for you each time you traverse this path. Be aware, too, that the barrier is a constantly shifting place. What the Filchers steal from you today may be long gone when next you return. Leave behind only what you are willing to never see again. Now pass through the door and enter the barrier. I will be waiting for you at the end of the labyrinth. They will not be able to reach you there. Good luck.
Only one filter. Should be easy to avoid it. Okay. I mean, the existence of a map kind of defeats the purpose of a labyrinth, but, you know.
The night hag stands before you, wreathed in unearthly mists. Behind her, a shattered bridge crumbles slowly into the void. You realize that you are shivering with the cold. I mean, I just won't die. I'll just load, I guess, like I usually do. A sad smile on her pale green face, the night hag watches you approach. She waits for you to speak, her delicate fingers brushing back and forth across a knot in the table's wooden surface.
Score some potions. Ice bag. Why the hell not? Yes, kids. Where's the stuff that I can use for Wests though? Here's the finger. Okay. Why the hell not?
Though this severed remnant of your finger has grown cold and gray, it remains strangely pliable. You're not quite sure what to do with it. The night hag seems happy to see you, though her face betrays a certain concern. You have returned.
No.
The night hag.
Yes, I will. I need to get rid of stuff. Simply because it's cluttering my inventory. Lie, 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 lie. Oh, she doesn't want that. They all only weighed half. Yeah, it's all half a kilo only. It wasn't a good idea, but now it happened. Darts weight something. Because the axe and the spear. This axe. Yeah, okay. Cannot use it either. Okay. Now that I'm level 2, maybe I can go to that other cave.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't want that. Never that. One XP, come on, man. I doubt that you can go in there. There's a kobold, is there a goblin? I think none of them can die. Oh. I was wrong. Hmm. I helped you. Hmm. Okay. It's not too of the endless respawn here. Oh no. The entire place is full of respawns.
Yeah.
Why am I not hitting? See, the endless respawn. And they're all XP each, so. Let's not fight. Let's not fight. Just want to double check, but really does look like it's an elf. You always do that automatically. It's nice. Damn. Okay.
You are so gonna feel some wrath.
Okay, now can she heal me or something as that?
The night hag seems happy.
What do you mean unfavorable? Screw you then. Was he you need stuff for Wests in the next one? Maybe. Not for this one. What do you mean someone damages me? Interesting. Maybe because I didn't have equations.
Back to.
But she also doesn't sell them, so I don't know. Hmm. Hold on. Okay, so the subraces thing, by the way, I found. You have to know the names of the subraces and put them in the subrace field to get the stuff. Wow. Okay, the winter bar's nothing. Mm-hmm. But I've read that Witch Deck is the introduction to a campaign. Hmm. Oh wow, damn, okay, I found a... This is ancient, right? This is 20 plus years old. I found a Reddit thread from 6 months ago, and the guy who made this replied. It's supposed to be an 8-part series, I've read that before, and this is just the intro. So it was scraped by Wizards of the Coast. But why didn't he just release it as a fan module then? That's confusing me. Oh, he was a Bioware employee, and Bioware has rights to Witch Wake, and they didn't allow him to continue it because it's not in the Forgotten Realms, and they decided, okay, from now on only Forgotten Realms, but they also has the rights to Witch Wake, so she can't legally continue it even as a mod. That is so scummy. Wow. Damn, he had even an NDA, so he couldn't talk about it. The NDA is expired now, but all he can do is talk about his plans, but not develop anything. He's also out of game development since 10 years now, completely. Okay. Damn, so disappointing though that this story will not conclude. It's an introduction. It's teasing us, and yeah, this is nothing. It's teasing us. It's a very very interesting story, and he was using unique elements like the carving and the XP stuff. People really liked his ideas, and then Wizards of the Coast just killed it. So annoying. I will talk a little bit about what I watch when it comes up in here. But the fact that back in the day, this was part of the Kingmaker DLC. It was, I believe, $10. It included Kingmaker, this one, and Shadowguard. I would have been pretty upset if I would have paid money for this, if I'm honest. If it's not finished, you know. Nowadays it's for free, just part of the enhanced edition. Yeah, this kobold up there is super annoying. Yeah, rogues, low-level rogues are so tough because they don't use your dex for attacking. What the hell? Okay, can I take a rest? Yes, I can. Oh yeah, he also explained the damage after the long rest. This is just to implement a system that resting doesn't fully heal you. Something D&D adapted in later editions. Anyway. And there's like a cooldown, like it's more damage if you rest. There's like a 5-minute cooldown between rests, so this damage gets less, something like that. A headless zombie. Grave clothes. True Bogan's arm. Marriage. Considering that I need to heal and rest, let's go to Bogan's arm first. It's everywhere.
You are so gonna feel some wrath.
Got my XP. Oh my god. How? Maybe let's head to the woods. I don't think a rogue was a good idea for this. No, rogues are so bad. That's not what I wanted to do. Just some magic items would be nice. Normal zombie is doable, but zombie warriors not so much. Would you look at that?
Negative energy streams through a tunnel.
You are so gonna.
I should have went into parry mode. God. This mod is... No, this mod is not tough. Rogues are just bad. Low level rogues are bad because they don't have weapon patterns. Without weapon patterns, the rogue is pretty rough. There. Another entrance to the bridge area, okay. Yeah, no way I can defeat two. There's just no way. There's two and there's two. Is there respawn? It says respawn, all the two separated. Maybe the there's a respawn here. Looks like it, so. Sheet. Why don't you do that? Why? We're not sure if you're supposed to avoid the zombie barriers. I think it's just a rogue problem. The large map. Sorry for the noise. Try to catch a mosquito there. I failed. Maybe just die. I activated parry mode because I'm nowhere else. But he's missing. I can't parry when he's missing. And this time the parry failed. Wait, he's attacking in ranged. Okay, parry doesn't work in ranged, I think. Yeah, he's showing access. Okay, one more hit. Yeah, he was showing access, I think. Why not? Thank you.
Back to wherever.
God. I mean, you're supposed to die in here because there's story in the death realm, but you know,
Back to wherever.
I want it to happen yet. Eh, let's do it then. Maybe I get some XP as well.
This proud elkin beast gazes around at its surroundings skittishly. Scorch marks rim a ragged hole in its gut, and the smell of burnt flesh hangs thick about the noble animal. The animal gazes at you without fear, holding high its antlered head. You can't determine why it might be waiting there, though it doesn't appear to be worried by your ignorance.
No. No XP, no information, nothing. It's gone. Leave me alone.
The night hag's pale green face emerges from the mists, a welcome sight after the perils of the barrier. She seems ageless here, neither old nor young, only weary from her efforts on your behalf.
No.
The night hag.
Oh, that's what these are for. I see. Let's try our luck here. It's not about killing them actually, I can ignore them probably. It's only about exploration and loot. Key. Yeah, they're slow, they're zombies. I mean, it's like 18 XP or something I'm missing by not getting them. Whatever. Yeah, also the respawn is annoying. I've got the ancient key now. I don't know what it's for, but I've got it. I can't do this with kobolds and the like. I can't do this with zombies. Interesting. Maybe the keys needed for the door in that ruin from temple. One of these doors. I will get my revenge from this one though.
Back to wherever.
Do you want to attack or do you just want to stare at it?
Yeah.
Apparently I want to just stare at it. Oh, pay mode is active. Let me load that. Oh my god. What did I say during the fight? That's so dumb. Nice crit now. Oh my god. Why does he always hit, by the way? He's a +3. It's still just a 50% chance to hit me, and he hits all the time.
Yeah.
What's his AC? I'd like to know his AC. Why do I roll a 2 to hit him? Like, what the hell? Uh, 50% chance that he hits me. Okay, that's a crit. Of course that hits. Let me save after that crit, actually.
Yeah.
16 hits. Okay. I think I also have like a 50% chance to hit him. But for some reason he hits all the time and I never. It's safe here. We're both at the point that we have to hit the like one hit and then death. Just reload until I hit first. How did I save during the fight? I'm stupid. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. What the hell? Sure. Thought it's one hit and it's dead, but no, it's 2 hits and it's dead. Maybe run it now. Yes. Oh my god. Why not? Thank you. I know this door is trapped, by the way. Why not? Use the key for that.
Negative energy.
Okay. I'm just gonna look up solution the head, like if it does anything. Oh, range attacks against the zombies. I'm stupid, yeah. That does nothing. Cool. But yeah, I've heard the tip to use ranged attacks against the zombies because they're so slow. But to get solid XP, it's not worth it. I doubt that we're gonna fight zombies from now on. Let's go to Logan's arm. 100 XP, yay.
A note hangs from a hook on the metal-clad door.
Okay. It's time for home.
A scowl playing across her broad, stern face, this woman marches toward you. Her skin is gray and tight, somehow reminding you of dead wood half buried in the sand. She plants her feet and crosses her arms. Ye have some nerve barging into a woman's home, interrupting her from her weaving? Why, when me husband comes home...
More XP than the entire zombie horde. I'm just talking to this woman. I'm not near enough though. Okay, so mine is closed. Talk to her husband, but he's not home. Good, that's where she sent me. Elga 1 Water.
The guild hall seems cluttered and claustrophobic. Beaded with sweat, the older woman before you fusses about the dust and occasionally helps herself to a drink from the ale kegs in the corner. You finally catch her attention. If ye be looking for the council, she slurs, they be down at the barrow all night and day, dealing with the kerfuffle there.
Sounds like it. So it's 1. Hold on. Is it 1 Vater or is it? Because no, I'm thinking German. This is in English a V sound. So it is 1 Vater. Where's the difference in English in these two sounds? Like the sounds they make. Wait, voice. It's both a V sound. Or is it 1 Vater? Which would make sense in German. And they all have German names, so maybe it's 1 Vater.
Helga turns, bleary-eyed, to face you.
But she's not talking about me, is she?
There be no need for you to be ringing that now, understand me?
Too late, already ringed it. Let's go to the exhibit. I smell XP.
You try the latch on the heavy door and find it locked. Oops, mumbles Helga from across the room. She wiggles her meaty finger at the door. The tumblers click, and the door unlocks before you.
I could have just picked it, right? Say 50 gold. Well... 2, 3, 1.
There was a time when we Barrow Dwarves were known as Cairn Dwarves. We lived deep within the northern bedrock, united and led by a great leader and warrior, Brogan Nachtjager.
Yeah, it's German names. Nachtjäger.
It was Brogan who instructed us to journey to the surface world each time a clan member died, that we might leave their body there on a rocky cairn where they might be closer to the heavens. The rule of Brogan Nachtjager was long and just. The rivalries within our clan were quelled beneath his leadership, and we lived for many centuries in peace, safe within the halls of Brogan's Deep. As the centuries passed, Brogan Nachtjager grew old and frail. His great battle prowess faded from him, and he grew melancholy. He turned his attention inward to his clan home of Brogan's Deep. He financed great feats of construction and expansion. Under his aging guidance, our clan home grew ever larger, its tunnels reaching toward Stygia, until at last, workers punched through that divide. Frail and dying, Brogan followed the tunnel he had ordered built and stepped into the Stygian abyss. There he petitioned that realm's demonic lords for a warrior's death. The Stygian lords granted his request, returning him to the prowess of his youth and enslaving him as a gladiator for their amusement. Returned to his youthful glory, Brogan Nachtjager fought unlike any other the world has known, besting even the Stygian lords themselves. When all lay dead, he began the long march home to Brogan's Deep. As Brogan walked, he aged once more. His bones became brittle, his back stooped, and all the while his feet were scorched by Stygia's shifting sands, and his throat was parched by its ash-filled air. When Brogan at last arrived at the gate to his former domain, as old and frail as he had been when last he saw it, he found it guarded by 4 ancient red dragons of the abyss. They tore his body limb from limb and scattered the pieces to the 4 far corners of the world. The dragons then tore open the gates to Brogan's Deep, wreaking their vengeance upon the clan within. A great war was waged against the forces of Stygia within those ancestral halls, and, in the end, our forefathers chose the only victory they could. They collapsed the upper chambers of the clan home and sealed the passage between this world and the world below. Ever since, we sons of Brogan have lived in exile.
So this dwarven tribe is connected to this, to the act of going in and out of the death realm, like the Night Hag is doing with us.
Thus it was that, exiled from our ancestral home, we barrow dwarves came to live upon the snowy surface like the dead. We learned to follow the elkin beasts in their migrations, hunting them for food. But the clan grew ever smaller amidst the spirits of this place. There came a time when there was only one man left alive who still remembered Brogan's face. His name was Old Man Kavanaugh. Like Brogan before him, he was old and frail. No longer able to hunt, he thought himself a burden upon the clan. One night, as the blizzard howled, he slipped from his tent and walked into the blinding snows. There, his breath turned to ice upon his beard. Closer to death than life, Old Man Kavanaugh stumbled and found his face pressed against the tattooed arm of Brogan Noctjager embedded in the snows. The hunters found him there the next morning and brought his body back to camp together with the arm. A barrow was erected there according to the old ways, and the village of Brogan's Arm grew about it.
I mean 5A. Where's 5B then? What the hell?
Clutched in Brogan's frozen fist was a chunk of hellish rock that sputters and smokes to this day. It is known as the Kavanaugh Stone, as the old man is said to have survived many dark hours by its warmth. Perhaps the stone played some role in the mysterious spring that formed where Brogan's frozen arm had been discovered. The water, warm and sulphurous, is still used for many ceremonial purposes. Known as Brogan's Tears, we continue to bring this magical water to the surface by way of the old man's well. This well, carefully preserved, still marks the original site at the village's southwest corner. The waters you stand in now are drawn from that same source. Please follow the waters through to the second half of our exhibit, where you will learn of a third place where Brogan's tears have surfaced. In the dim light, you see a message scrawled onto the stone abutment at the water's edge. A message has been scrawled in chalk upon the damp stone. It seems to have been done casually, as if by an idle hand. The graceful characters are clearly elven in origin.
Like the prince enough, by the way. B 67.
And so it is that through the warmth of Brogan's tears, we barrow dwarves have journeyed from the past into the present, from the stuff of legend to the substance of our daily lives. Besides the old man's well, Brogan's tears also emerge at the barrow site, the cultural heart of our village. It is there that the Kavanaugh stone is held, and there that Brogan's arm still rests. The barrow site is holy ground, sacred to us all, forever wetted by Brogan's tears and imbued with his warrior spirit. As his sons, we partake in that spirit and stand as eternal guards against the forces of Stygia. Mining is now the primary industry here in Brogan's Arm. This began 2 generations past with Arn Steinfar's founding of the Steinfar gem mine. The vein was rich and the clan saw great prosperity. With prosperity, however, came greed. The vein, laden with gems, lured the miners ever deeper into the rock, ever closer to Brogan's Deep, which we had so long ago abandoned to the demon hordes. It wasn't long before those hordes broke through, escaping their long confinement and slaughtering the very miners they had lured to free them. Arn Steinfar and his eldest son died in that haunted place. The Guild Council, in its wisdom, was quick to act. Volunteer armsmen entered the mine and held an important pass, while behind them, charges were set and detonated. In the end, only the uppermost floor of the mine remained intact. The brave dwarves who held the pass against the demons below were buried, victims of our greed, in a shower of gems. The old gem mine is still owned by the Steinfar family and is currently being reinvigorated and returned to production by Arn Steinfar's grandson, Jager, at the encouragement of the Guild Council. Acting in full compliance with strict council regulations, Jager has agreed to pursue an iron vein that runs parallel to the surface. As of this writing, work has been underway for 3 years without violation. The Steinfar mines are an important part of our clan heritage, and we, the Guild Council, are proud to be working with the Steinfar family to bring them back into production.
Didn't they learn from last time though?
Helga turns, bleary-eyed, to face you. "Ye again, is it?" she says, her voice slurred. "What be it now?"
Okay, let's leave. Wasn't enough to level up though. To the ale. Okay, it's a little bugged. Need that stuff. Empty wine bottle. Exhibition's key. Welp. She surely has an alcohol problem. Didn't she say she would never drink? What the hell? What's that plant? Look it up, probably bugged. Pegasus whistles. No. No mention of the plant, I think it's bugged. Let me grab 1 alcohol from here. So I can confront her with it, I guess.
Helga turns, bleary-eyed, to face you. "Ye..."
Okay. I bet this one wasn't locked. No. No. No crafting. Can I use this? Okay, now this isn't this. Maybe this is literally a soul behind this movie, I guess. Oh, this movie is outdoor.
The heavily muscled dwarf gnaws at his lower lip as he pounds the anvil. Sensing your presence, he turns to face you. "What do you want?" He scowls.
She has stuff. but I don't have money. He's not favorable. I don't want to sell. Don't sell valuable stuff to him. Just trash.
Crack your bloody skull!
The heavily muscled dwarf nods.
Mounted. Wait here. Cursed. Cursed. Leaves the icon tree. Okay. Okay. Great Axe of the Night Avenger. Polished helmet. Plus one. Plus outsider plus one. Why not? What about the rapier? The elven rapier. Use unique power plus one.
You buggers!
Yeah, what does it do?
Hello then. Hello.
Okay.
Hello then. Die! Die, you curs!
Okay. Overflow. Yeah. I can recognize potions by now by just looking at them. That's it. Okay.
Blast that elf. Are ye sure the stone be gone? Mayhaps it fell and skittered into some dark corner we cannot find. The Kavanaugh stone be gone, gentlemen, and Brogan's honor with it, stolen by the foreigner. Aye, it be him. He's hidden it somewhere. Quiet! Keep your voices down, lest the whole town learn of what's gone on.
You buggers!
Let's talk to them later. Nimmermehrs. Old Man Nimmermehr. Does he mind if I pick this lock?
Incense smolders in a pot, filling the room with a pungent purple smoke.
Okay, I don't know what this contraption does. Let's talk to him first.
The old dwarf pauses in his endless pacing. Your eyes can't help but drift to where his sleeve has been stitched closed over a missing arm. He raps his walking stick against the floor, reclaiming your gaze. Me face be up here. Now, if your business be with things of magic, you've come to the right place. If your business be otherwise, you'd best be off and pestering the likes of others.
He is favorable at slim stuff.
The old man nods as you approach.
Hold on. $295. X1. Let's generate some money. This is so broken. I need it because I can't take weapon finders, which is also broken. Can I buy something more expensive? now. Is that it? Yeah, let's do these bigger margin for me. That's the most expensive thing he has. It is this. I don't know. Do I actually want anything he has? Not really, no.
The old man nods.
Well, a lot of information from him. Okay. This creates gold. But he said put gold in it and more or less comes out, but I can't put gold in it. It says you have to put gold in it, but how do I put gold in it? Oh. Seven, 11, 5. Oh. Well, I was mostly hoping for XP anyway.
At least the elf be captured, even if the stone still be at large. Ye be sure your minds will hold him, Steinfar? I followed every one of your foolish safety regulations, councilman. Ye tell me if me minds will hold him. They be fit to pen in demons, Grindlogger. The minds will hold a foolish elf just fine. Regardless, he be down there now. I've sealed the doors behind him and posted a warning to any of me miners who might have reason to go down. Aye, and now we wait.
Oh, magician's home. 1 gold piece. So some next to some tree. He hid his stuff, but where is this tree he was talking about? This one? Oh, another area. Okay. It's another area. Okay, so the elf is in the mine.
You buggers!
The heavily muscled dwarf, no.
What is those?
You buggers!
Leather armor +1. Blacksmith leathers. Fire resists, okay.
I'll crack your bloody skull!
It's not +1, right? It's no. Okay. Get up a bit. Can't talk to them. No. How about you?
The guard eyes you warily as you approach. He seems jumpy and on edge.
What be your business in Brogan's arm?
He musters, glancing over your shoulder to search the shadows beyond.
No XP from him. Mine or well?
The well is old and wreathed in moss. A foul-smelling steam wafts up from below.
You are so gonna feel some wrath.
Very good. I'm diseased. Got out of the bed.
You almost gag on the thick, foul-smelling mists. Breathing through your mouth, you look about you. Rats scuttle in the distance, and more than one floats dead in the warm, bubbling waters. The slick stone beneath your feet is pebbled with translucent deposits where the water has splashed or dripped onto its surface. It almost seems to be alive somehow.
No, I don't want to waste kids when there's more enemies here. Batlings. Who be you?
The grotesquely distorted figure before you seems to exist in a constant state of pain. A gray, patternless mange sprouts from once pink skin, and the creature's eyes have a fevered look about them. The limestone floor seems to have grown around this more ancient wall, crumbling like winter ice along an island's edge.
Feel some wrath.
The dwarven pictograms, clearly of an ancient style, are impossible to decipher beneath the thin sheen of mineral deposits. The soft blue flame seemed kept alive by magic alone.
Get all of them now.
The grotesquely distorted figure before you. The creature peers through the mists of Brogan's tears, seeking a resting place where it can be free of the rats that endlessly pursue it.
Interesting. Yeah, these rats have no weight to me. Wool rat. Oh my god, I'm getting killed by freaking rats. That's the classic RPG experience right there.
I will overcome.
Why do rats have +4 to hit? That's out. I don't want to respawn before I haven't activated that thingy. Full health. I don't know. Maybe parry mode it is. Parry mode seems super useless right now. They keep hitting even with parry mode. I mean, parry is just... yeah, +6 is pretty good actually. The counter attacks just don't work. Here's solar worlds. I barely went over a 10, I don't know why. And I need more damage. Need 3 hits to kill them. Those screw rats have more HP than I do. They have like 20 HP. Yeah, 16 damage already. Still alive. I'm really getting killed by some rats. Multiple times. Oh my god.
Negative energy stream.
Try to heal. Yes. This is gone too now. What is this? Respawn? Are you kidding me?
Back to wherever.
Oh yeah, respawn everywhere. So I gotta ignore them. Let him deal with them. I can ignore them. That one pass them. Oh, he's helping me. Nice. Cute. Method.
I will overcome.
The thin patina of water seems to shimmer beneath you as you climb. You suddenly realize that the water is running uphill towards the dim light you see above you. Dripping with the warm, foul-smelling water, you emerge with a gasp. Something's wrong. You can feel it, like a current of electricity arcing through your bones. Time itself seems to stand still. You are in the barrow site, Brogan's tears welling up before you. Beyond, you can see a small cairn where his arm must once have rested. The altar that once held the Kavanaugh stone lies barren.
Seize them, cries a commanding voice. Seize the foreigner. If they've come this far, they know too much. Well, know this then, challenges another. Ye face the sons of Brogan in their wrath. Your days be numbered. Why are ye waiting, armsmen? Calls a third. Capture him like ye did the elf and seal him in the mines.
No.
Your head throbs from the armsman's blows. With wry irony, you remember the night hag sending you here in search of answers. Seek the Kavanaugh stone and you will not fail, she said. She had warned you that the man would be hard to find, but she had said nothing of the price you'd pay to hear his answers. You wonder if you'll live long enough to deliver your message to the king. Voices shatter your reverie. You wonder if you'll even live long enough to see another day.
How dare ye and your lapdog elf think to steal the Kavanaugh stone,
Threatens one of your captors.
Into the mine with ye then. Ye can stay there until the council figures out how it is we intend to hang ye.
You close your eyes, grateful for whatever time you've been granted. The elf awaits you. You stumble into the writhing mass of negative energy. Its tendrils embrace you, burrowing beneath your flesh. As you lay there, you spy a message written in chalk upon the wall. It reads, "My name is Cauldrian Air." Negative energy.
My attack is denied?
No. Okay. Level 3. Let's get a parry up. Weapon finesse. A 7. Thank you. Storage chest, I don't need
A
that.
chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. I'm forgetting things. I can actually feel the memories slip away. I must write everything down before I forget it all. A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. I seek vengeance on behalf of my lord, the king of Barak Thul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still being killed by rats though.
Yeah.
God. They're everywhere. Let's get some more exposition here. Johann Huntersfeld.
Long gashes run diagonally across this ghost's torso, and his throat is a large and gaping wound. It is hard to tell if his skin bore the same gray cast in life as it does now in death.
Oh, I missed an whole area. You could have gone through the gate, I guess. Bones arm. Yeah. Okay, what did we miss? Bernhard Huntersfeld. You missed gold and like 300 XP. And XP here as well. Eh. Probably not enough to get level 4 anyway. Yeah, I don't know how to avoid this one now. Okay, so no more dying from now on. There's nothing new down here. Oh God.
The night hag's pale
Yeah, I'm missing like 500 XP, but I don't think that's enough anyway. So let's respawn. I don't think reds can open doors.
A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. What am I doing here? I was supposed to write something. I don't remember why.
Help me. Help me.
A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. Long ride the witch hunters, and longer be their journey home.
Yeah, I want to find the other messages, of course. That makes you kill those then.
chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. I don't remember home anymore, only that I miss it. We took the long way here, following the winding route set by our quarry. The western route will get us home sooner.
Alright.
A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. The others will come for me. The prince said he knew I would be in danger and that he had a plan. He promised me that someone would be sent.
Nice work.
The fire hisses with drips of grease from the roast above. Your stomach growls at the smell of the meat. You can't remember when you had your last meal. Meat sizzles on a nearby spit, the aroma mingling with the harsher scents of rust and rock dust. The fire casts dancing shadows on the cavern walls, and, in the flickering light, you see the dim outline of a man. He leans against an anvil, his shoulders hunched, his head buried deep within his hands. As you draw closer, you can see the soiled remnants of a familiar uniform hanging in rags from his waif-like form. The man raises his head from his hands and begins to speak. "I know you, don't I?" he asks, his voice hopeful. He moves his face into the light. "You recognize me, right?"
Oh my god, that ended. Yeah, the witch is dead. That witch swag. Where's this searching for the Nighthawk? There's a night hack. Thing is, we don't know. Not even if I read that correctly, not even the author wanted us to tell that. I try to I tell you what I mean in a bit. Okay. But yeah, I really liked the elements and the ideas and how this was done. It's so much better than like just the way how they approached things. I like it much more than the other campaigns. So Bobato must be very good. He also did Shadow Guard. Luke Skull. No, these are fan-made things. Yeah, and Luke Skull wasn't a viable play. Bobato was. That's situation-based trust system, not that. Ah, Bartel. Sad, sad, sad. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so the battle was in the beginning was the company turned against itself by these shadow tendrils. But why and caused by who and what side did you take? All of that was to be revealed and decided upon by the player. That's why he doesn't have any answers to these. Because it's up to us. He wanted our decisions and dialogue to form the truth, if the Night Hack is the evil one or not, and all that stuff. Some more exposition on the story. The series was gearing up to be to tell a haunting little tale about the subjectiveness of good and evil. As you already said, it was up to the player to decide what happens there exactly, and if the witch is evil, the Night Hack is evil or not. The propaganda and the nature of loyalty. The king had waged a war against angels and demons and had come back victorious, only to lose what he had most dear. His daughter, I've read that in another message. He was a member of his court and friend to the prince was to travel to the ends of the earth to chase the truth and then make of it what you will. There was some daughter mentioned, the king's daughter, and that the Night Hag was, or the witch we were hunting. He doesn't say if the Night Hag is that witch, but the witch we were hunting was a member of the court and infiltrated the court, and I guess kidnapped the daughter. Who was she? Perhaps the witch? Perhaps the still to be introduced princess? Intentionally open to interpretation. What about the prince not being dead? I don't recall that one. Yeah, he's going off of memory here 20 years later. The Night Hag is the witch we were hunting. He confirms that right now. But she isn't dead. Who was the ghost we just saw? Was it the princess? Is the princess dead? Probably. And we ought to. So the prince went out to hunt this witch who kidnapped his sister. Found out, oh no, my sister is dead. Go tell the king that the princess is dead. We failed. Calduin was right, not everyone was sold to the prince. Who was Calduin? Calduin Aya. Having a gold ring. Yeah, the cursed warlock word. Not everyone was sold to the prince. Were you? Again, the company fought each other. Yeah. But why was the red guy cursed? Can we truly be trusted? Is he on our side? But he says these open questions here intentionally because it's up to the player to eventually decide the outcome. It's a very nice concept that he never got to make. Oh yeah, Sojourner. Is it a reference to Horse of the Underdark? I said I remember that term. It says no references to Horse of the Underdark. This was developed before Horse of the Underdark was even started. And in fact, he was pulled from a trick to work on Horse of the Underdark. So that's probably why we have that term again. He forgot who the ghostly figure was. Oh no. It would make sense that it's the princess, though. And yes, the Ragpicker is the Nighthawk. He doesn't remember the tome. The tarot cards were a way to divide up the party and begin to deliver different experience to each player. Ah. Rogan. Rogan was meant to appear in Module 3. Of course, the Cavern of Stone was meant to be a key element. It had some intrinsic power. And the open grave was either, he doesn't remember, either for the princess, the prince, or the player themselves. Oh, he posted some of his internal documents for the story. But it's... Oh, they're still up? Oh my god. Bob Barton is super active in this subreddit, on this Reddit thread. Wow. Oh my god. But I think this is a long pause, but I think it's only talking about the legal bullshit that happened. You lost the Baldur's Gate series. What do you mean you lost the Baldur's Gate series? Oh my god, this is such a long. Yeah, it's talking about what happened at the time with the company, with the license, legal shenanigans, but yeah, not really. That's a super long, super long post. Did he comment in any other? He's super active on Reddit. 6 days ago, 9 days ago. Let me look for Neverwinter in his posts. No, he never used to it in Neverwinter. I just want to check if he commented on more Witchwake stuff. Okay. Can't find any much more on Reddit, but he posted 2 documents. Bioware Eternal document. Yeah, but does Bioware even exist anymore? I don't think Bioware exists anymore. Didn't they completely assimilate Bioware? No. In my head, EA completely assimilated Bioware at one point, but no, it's still its own developer, but it is owned by Electronic Arts. Some Bioware studios were closed and the developers assimilated into EA. That's what I had in my head. Okay. When did they got acquired by EA? To 2007 already. Damn. Anyway, I don't know any level 8. Oh, Witchwake 2. That's about Witchwake 2. Plot outline. Oh my god. Imprisoned with Calduin in the Stein farm mines beneath Borgen's arm, the player begins to piece together her memories. A new memory emerges, the ghost that ended. Is there a date on this document? No. The ghost that ended the previous chapter was that of the princess. Why does he say doesn't remember when he has this document? Didn't he read it before posting it? Daughter of the king in whose name they serve. Flashback to a distant battle in Apharius where Calduin and the player have become separated from the king's army and are fighting their way back to safety. The foes turned back as they arrive, and Calduin delivers his scouting report to the king, who ordered an assault on the Apharian keep at dawn, vowing that it will be the last battle of a long campaign. While the main forces assault the gates, the player leads a small force through a secret entrance that Calduin knows of, silencing alarms. They infiltrate the keep and bring down its defense. A general battle ensues as the forces coverage and keeps main chambers. Yeah, he mentioned in Reddit that his plan was to go back and forth in time and like have you play flashbacks and stuff. This is a flashback, obviously. While the main force assaults the gates, the player leads a small force through a secret entrance that Calduin knows of. Sorry. Victorious, the king announces a night of revelry for all the lords and ladies who leads his army. The queen and her retinue are sent for, and all celebrate and reminiscence about the long campaign and the place in the diverse kingdom of Barak Fool. News arrives that the queen's retinue is there and has retired to an adjoining hall to ready themselves for the recreation celebration. It's a very small font. The king's... Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Weird. The king grows impatient with her delay and sends the player to fetch her. The player arrives to find the queen murdered within her well-guarded chamber. Though the guards had heard the princess screaming within, they had thought nothing of it. What? Mistaking it for one of her fits of madness. I see. That she's prone to. In an effort to keep her madness secret, the king and queen had long ago barred them from interfering. Only the young nursemaid had ever been able to calm her, and she had been the only other person present in the room aside from the princess and the queen. Both the nursemaid and the princess are now missing. Yes, we were looking for the princess, and she's dead. When the king is notified of the tragedy, he accused the nursemaid of being an Ephorian spy. The night hack. That's the night hack. And a witch besides. He swears the player, his son, Prince Ahmed. Oh, okay, we're not the son. The player and his son and a handful of his lords and ladies, 50 about, as you know, in as his royal witch hunters, and commands them to track the nursemaid down and rescue his daughter. They start by scouring the murder scene for evidence of witchcraft. In the process, they find a secret passage leading down into the sewers and into the wilderness beyond. The nursemaid has left a trail of messages for her pursuers, trying to tell her sides of the story. She claims the king has tricked them into fighting and winning a war against heaven. Though the king was once a man, he had sealed a hellish bargain with the devil that had survived the battle at Brogan's arm. We know that one cut out from the old man. The king had surrendered his body to the devil, who now wore it as a second skin. No. The prince's madness stems from that devil's taint within her blood. Whereas her older brother, Prince Ahmed, had been conceived when the king had still been fully human. It was the princess, in one of her demonic fits, who had killed the queen. The nursemaid, who now claims to be the last remaining angel, stole away with the princess to protect the invading army and hopefully find a cure for it all in the place where this all began, Brogan's arm. Desperate to escape, the nursemaid has called various supernatural adders to harry you along your path. The nursemaid's trail leads to an empty river dog, and the witch hunters are forced to give up the chase. Together they debate what to tell the king. Prince Ahmed gets the final word and declares the nursemaid's tale to be a lie. I don't think it is. From also what I read on Reddit. What is more, the words of the witch are powerful and there's danger even in repeating them. The king deserves better than to be confronted by the witch's spurious allegations in this time of grief, and no good can come of telling him or others of the witch's tale. He swears them all to secrecy and sends Baron Androlev, the Wetling, back to tell the king that they are pushing on to Brogan's arm by another road in pursuit of the witch. Okay. That was Witchwake 2. Now there's a document, Witchwake series outline, prepared by Rob Bartle, December 2nd, 2003. Overall setting. An old world where most of the past has been forgotten than remembered. All the major empires have come and gone, and the peoples are slowly descending into barbarism. Heaven and hell are very real, physical places. The Baldors have apparently tunneled their way into hell. Unbeknownst to most, however, heaven has been destroyed, and the resulting imbalance is drawing the world into closer and closer proximity to hell. We could have asked the Nighthawk if there's no heaven. I didn't. Hell's evil energies are leaching into the world, making it the dark and dangerous place that it has become. The fields of battle, which rank 1. Yeah, let's read that because maybe some more insight. As the battle rages around them, a charismatic prince warns the injured player to tell the king that she is dead. On recovering consciousness, the amnesiac player learns that, along with any other players, he is the battle's only survivor, and that all of the fallen were in the same military company, led by the prince. The player is advised to seek answers from a mysterious figure known as the Night Hag. The Night Hag knows much, but answers little. Introducing the player to the nature of hell and heaven in the world, she offers him some limited protection from death and shows him her domain, a region of the afterlife called the Plane of Sorrows. She then tells the player fortune and sends him to the nearby village of Bowen's Arm in search of answers an artifact called the Kavanagh Stone. Bowen's Arm is the clan home of the surface-dwelling Borodors, and the players soon learn that the Kavanagh Stone is a piece of rock brought up from hell by one of their ancestors. This breach in the barrier between worlds resulted in a great battle between the clan and the legions of hell at a great cost. The Dwarves were able to drive the legions back and collapse the breach. When the player arrives in town, however, the Kavanagh Stone has been stolen, presumably by an elf from the prince's military unit who stayed behind. Suspicious of the player as a co-conspirator, the clan leaders capture the player and throw him into the mines as a temporary prison. In the mines, the player follows a trail of memories and messages written in chalk on the cavern walls, ultimately finding the elf in question. Like the player's memory also appears to have been tampered with or lost, a process that he refers to as being witch-worked. He didn't, actually. They wrote it out. As they talk, a female ghost appears before them and writes a message in chalk upon the wall. The fields of battle lie in the hearts of men. Part 2. Trapped in the minds, the player and the elf try to piece together the memories and determine which win and which are not. The gameplay flashes back to another battle where the player is a high-ranking officer in the king's army, assaulting an enemy keep. Once the keep is taken and its inhabitants slaughtered, the king convenes a gathering of lords in the central chamber and awaits the arrival of his wife and daughter, who are traveling with the rear guard, that they might celebrate this final victory at the end of a long campaign. When they do not arrive, the player and some of the other lords are sent to investigate. The Neverwinter was just a player. The chamber where the queen and princess had been making themselves presentable is soaked in blood. The queen is a lacerated corpse, though no other bodies are present. The guards manning the door heard the princess scream, but did nothing because they mistook it for one of her fits of madness that she's prone to. In an effort to keep her madness a secret, the king and queen have barred the guards from interfering with her fits. Only the young nanny is able and allowed to calm her, as the nanny had been in the room, helping the women ready themselves. When the king is notified of his wife's death and the disappearance of the princess and her nanny, he accuses the nanny of being a spy of the enemy and a witch. Besides, he names the player the prince and a handful of lords as his witch hunters. He orders them to scour the room for an escape route, track down the witch, and bring his daughter to safety. They do so, tracking her through sewers and secret chambers beneath the keep, then out into the wilderness. The nanny leaves a trail of messages for pursuers, trying to tell her side of the story. She admits to being one of the enemy, but claims that the king has tricked them into fighting and winning a war against heaven. He was once a man, she claims, but through some hellish bargain, he allowed his body to be taken over by a devil. The last remaining of those who passed through the breach at Bowen's Arm. His daughter's madness stems from the devil's taint being passed down to her. It was the princess in one of her demonic fits who killed the queen, and Annie, who now claims to be the last remaining angel, fled and took the princess with her in order to protect the invading army and possibly find a cure in the place where this all began. But if she's the last remaining angel, why is she so secretive about stuff? Does she not know where our loyalties lie? Is she unsure? The player, the prince, and the lords debate what they should tell the king. The prince gets the final word. He's confident that the nanny is lying, the words of which are powerful, and there's a danger in even repeating them. The king deserves better than to be confronted. We already know that. Baron Underleft from first part, yeah. But now, part 3. By the way, 5 parts are, but they got shorter and shorter. A deep, dark place. Still imprisoned in the Dwarven Mines, the elf remembers where he stashed the Covenant Stone before his capture. He fed it to one of the Elken beasts in the dwarf's herd, probably the dead one, which ghost you also met. In the first part, the player encounters the second beast and may also have discovered its spirit waiting stoically. The player either allows himself to die in order to acquire the stone from the Elk Beast's spirit, or waits for the dwarves to hang them. Either way, they escape with the help of a character called the Ratling, who they met in the first part. The Ratling says he arrived by ship with a hand of nomadic sojourners, orcs, who will be departing against for the homeland shortly. This module consists of the journey there and convincing the orcs to take them on as passenger. But we acquired the stone. Yeah. Aboard the ship, so part 4. Aboard the ship, the player has another flashback of their hunt for the witch. They pass through Borgen's arm, leaving the elf behind for some reason, and on to the Night Hag's home. It's now clear that the Night Hag and the nanny are one and the same. She isn't there when the band arrives, but the princess's corpse is. The player recognizes her as a ghost from the first part, but she is half transformed into something devilish. The succubus model, most likely. Some players may learn of the prince's conspiracy with the Night Hag to overthrow his father. With the aid of the Covenant Stone, others may not. The prince brings them out to the scene of the battle. The truth is divulged, and the prince's conspirators do battle with the king's loyalists. And it's up to the player to decide on which side they were, I guess. Part 5. The player returns to their home kingdom to find it devastated in ruins. Hell is leeching through, though the player lays blame on either the king or the Night Hag for this. The player must fight their way down into hell and deliver their message to the king, who is now fully consumed by the devil. So the Night Hag was right. The Night Hag and the reincarnated prince arrive with the aid of the Covenant Stone, resulting in a final battle in which the player can choose either side. But the king is clearly evil, so yeah, but there's evil characters. In the end, the question of which opposing viewpoint was correct will be left open. But it's not left open. Because he is a devil. Literally. Hell is destroyed and the world is returned to balance, so it's not longer has either heaven or hell. The question of which opposing viewpoint was correct will be left open. But the king is clearly a devil. Is he talking about the king being like, hey, I had to take the deal with the devil or we would have lost? Because it's not the question if the hag was lying, the hag was telling the truth. Interesting. Still sad that they never finished this one. But so be it. It's also a little shorter than expected. If I wouldn't have died so much, it would have been like 3 hours. But I think it's a good idea to not start the next one just now. I think I rather take a break now. I was planning to take the break later, but like an hour or so. But I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take a break for like an hour. When I'm back, we are going to play Shadow Guard, another module by Bob Bartle, but I think with the same destiny, because the reason for which Wake not being continued was that it was not in the Forgotten Realms setting. They put it into a new setting to not matter with the Forgotten Realms, and they preferred that. They said, hey, do your own stuff, but don't meddle with our world. Then the head of Wizards of the Coast changed, and he decided, no, everything we publish must be Forgotten Realms. And that's why Witch's Wake was killed, and I believe Shadowguard as well. Let me look that up real quick. Shadowguard. Yeah, exactly the same story with Shadowguard, just that Witch's Wake was much better received by the fans. Like, more people are sad about Witch's Wake being killed than Shadowguard. We'll see. But yeah, I'll take a break. Hold on. Let me check Pop Battles. I'm going to check his Reddit again for Shadowguard. Let me check out. I just need a name from Shadowguard. No. Yantos. Did he ever mention Yantos? Probably not, because he doesn't remember names. Just want to see if he posted a document about that too. I can't find anything he posted about that. Sad. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm taking a rest for like about an hour, then I'll be back with Shadowguard. And depending on how long Shadowguard will take, we will just do the other, even shorter ones today. But until then, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.